Hey everyone, ready to strike gold? We're diving deep into data monetization today. And trust me, this isn't just for the tech giants. You know how they say data is the new oil? Well, get ready to be a data refiner because we're breaking down how companies like Netflix use your viewing habits to predict what you'll want to watch next and how you can use those same principles to unlock the value in your data. And to help us navigate this world of algorithms and analytics, we've got a true expert in the field with us today. Welcome. So we keep hearing this phrase data monetization, but what does it actually mean? How do we turn ones and zeros into cold hard cash?
Well, you've got to think of data kind of like crude oil in its raw form. Yeah, it's got potential, but you need to refine it to unlock its true value, right? Data monetization is that refining process, taking raw data and transforming it into a valuable asset that can drive revenue, which, yeah, that's the goal for most, but also, optimize operations, maybe lead to some smarter decision-making down the line.
Okay, that makes sense. But it's not just selling data directly, is it? I mean, not all of us are sitting on a gold mine of consumer data like Facebook.
You're absolutely right. It's bigger than just direct sales. Think about, say, a small company, right? And they provide hyperlocal weather data. They're not selling to millions of consumers, are they? But that data is incredibly valuable.
To who? Like what kind of company?
I'm imagining like a drone delivery startup. They're trying to optimize their routes for safety and efficiency. That right there, that's data monetization in action.
Wow, I never would have thought of weather data as a hot commodity. So we've got direct sales, but what are some other ways companies are cashing in? What about these indirect methods?
Indirect monetization. That's about using your data to enhance what you're already offering.
Yeah.
It's more like, think about how Netflix uses your viewing habits. They're not just recommending your next show, they're informing their production decisions, saving millions by greenlighting surefire hits,
Talk about a crystal ball for entertainment. No wonder my watch list is always a mile long. But seriously, that's incredible.
It's next-level data strategy. And it really shows you how data can be leveraged for more than just immediate profits. It's about optimizing your operations, right? Making your products better and ultimately understanding your audience better than they understand themselves.
Okay, Netflix has their data game down, but what about the rest of us? Let's say I've got some interesting data, maybe not on the scale of Netflix, but it's still valuable. What are my options for turning that into actual revenue?
That's where the real toolbox comes in. We can break down data monetization strategies into a few key categories.
Okay, let's crack open that toolbox. What's first?
First up, you've got your classic data as a service, or DAS. Think of it like selling the raw ingredients. You've got something valuable and you're providing access to it, often through APIs or subscriptions.
So Bloomberg's selling financial data feeds would fall under this category.
Exactly. But it's not just for the Bloombergs of the world. Niche DAS offerings are booming right now. Think about a company collecting granular traffic data, incredibly valuable for urban planners, logistics companies, even app developers.
It's like setting up shop at the data marketplace. Okay, what else have we got?
Next, you can level up to Insights as a Service, or IaaS. This is where you're not just selling the raw data, but you're doing some of the analysis, providing insights, and maybe even predictions.
So instead of selling just the flour, you're selling the cake recipe.
Now you're getting it. Imagine a retailer analyzing their sales data and offering insights to their suppliers. They can say, hey, we're seeing a surge in demand for eco-friendly cleaning products in this region, giving those suppliers valuable information to adjust their production and distribution.
Talk about a sweet deal for both sides. They're not just buying data. They're buying a competitive edge.
Precisely. And then there's embedded analytics. This is where you integrate data-driven insights directly into your existing products or services.
Ooh, sounds sneaky. Give me an example.
Think about those project management tools that show you team productivity metrics, or fitness trackers that not only count your steps, but analyze your sleep patterns and suggest improvements. That's embedded analytics making your products smarter and stickier.
So adding value and keeping users hooked. I like it. What if I want to go even bigger, create something entirely new from my data?
That's where data-driven product innovation comes in. This is how companies like Fitbit or even Tesla are using data to constantly improve their existing products and develop groundbreaking new ones.
So my data could be the secret sauce for the next big thing.
Absolutely. And finally, don't underestimate the power of data partnerships and licensing. This is about joining forces with other companies to leverage each other's data assets.
Strength in numbers. Data addition. I like it. Can you give me a concrete example?
Imagine a music streaming service partnering with a ride-sharing company. The music app gets data on listening habits in specific contexts, morning commutes, late-night rides, while the ride-sharing app gets to enhance their user experience with personalized music recommendations.
A win-win for sure. Okay, so we've got a whole buffet of data monetization strategies. Where do we even begin to figure out what's right for us? This feels like a lot to digest.
Don't worry, we'll break it down into manageable steps, and that's where you, the listener, come in. It's time to put on our data thinking caps and see how this applies to you.
Okay, so we've got this treasure chest of data monetization strategies, but where do we even start? It's like, I've got all these tools, but no instruction manual.
It's kind of like that, yeah.
Right.
And like any good toolkit, the first thing you got to do is, see what you're working with, what you got in there. In data world, that means identifying what we call your high-value data assets.
So basically taking inventory,
Yeah.
right? Just looking at what we've already got.
It's a little more than that. It's like not all data is created equal. You wouldn't bring a rusty old spoon to a gold rush, would you?
Good point. So how do we find the gold nuggets in our data?
Ask yourself, what data do I have that's really unique, accurate, relevant? What do I have that others don't? That's where you start.
Okay, so I've struck gold, found my valuable data. Can I just start selling it now?
Not so fast. Now it's time to put on our detective hats. It's time to assess market demand.
Market demand.
Yeah. Who out there is going to find this data valuable? Who needs these insights to, solve a problem, improve their product, make a better decision?
Find my data soulmate, basically, the one who's going to appreciate it for what it is.
Exactly. And trust me, there's no shortage of data-hungry industries out there.
Yeah.
Finance, healthcare, retail, they're all looking for quality data.
Got it. So I've identified my data, found my market. Now for the million-dollar question, how do I actually monetize it?
That is the million-dollar question. And that's where you get to choose your monetization model. And this is where it gets fun because you have options. Direct sales, insights as a service, embedded analytics. It's about finding the right fit for you, for your data, your audience, your goals,
It's a lot of choices. It's like picking out an outfit for my data to go to prom in or something.
That's a great way to put it. And like any good outfit, it depends on the occasion, right? Starting out, maybe try an insights as a service model, lower risk, good way to test the waters, get a feel for the market.
Smart. Dip your toes in before you jump in the deep end, right? Okay, so we've got our data, we found our market, we even picked out our monetization model. Anything else we need to consider before we launch this thing?
One more thing, and it's a big one. It can make or break you in this business. Data governance and security.
Right, of course. Got to make sure we're playing by the rules.
Over.
Keeping everything under lock and key.
It's more than just rules, though, right? It's about trust. Your data is only as valuable as the trust that people place in you to handle it responsibly. Think. Strong security measures, transparent data practices, commitment to ethical handling, all that.
So it's really the ethical foundation of our data empire.
Exactly. Can't build a castle on sand, right?
Love it. Speaking of, any final words of wisdom for our listeners out there who are, navigating this exciting kind of wild world of data monetization?
Don't be afraid to just get in there and experiment, Try things out, make mistakes, learn as you go. It's a journey.
It's all about the journey. And sometimes the most valuable data applications are the ones that don't have a price tag at all. Use your data to make smarter decisions, improve your products. Heck, even just learn something new about the world around you. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive into the fascinating world of data monetization. Huge thanks to our expert for breaking it all down for us. And for our listeners, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep uncovering those hidden gems within your data. Until next time.